Imagine you come across the perfect writing gig and then you get in touch with the client and the conversation goes well, and then the client asks you for your portfolio. Now, this is not the 90s where a stack of your paperwork is going to work for you, nor is sending a Word document of your sample writing going to look professional. So to stay ahead of competition, you should have a good portfolio. Well, in this video, I'm going to be telling you 3 very simple ways of creating a portfolio. So watch the video till the very end, especially if you're a beginner, because it's going to benefit you. Also, if you're new to our channel, welcome. Please don't forget to subscribe to IIM Skills for videos that are actually going to help you upskill. Now let's get to the point and understand what a portfolio is. A portfolio is information about you and a collection of your best writing pieces to show your client what you have written in the past and what you are capable of writing in the future. Now, if you are a beginner, I would recommend that you experiment around a variety of niches and see which one works the best for you. If you don't know how to pick a niche, I would advise you to go back and watch a video that we have created on the same. Now, why I advise you to write on a variety of niches is because you can show a range of topics that you can impress your client with. Now, in terms of your portfolio, the articles that you should include should be your best, because ultimately it is quality over quantity that is going to impress your clients. So even if you have a handful of samples, say you have about 5 to 6 writing samples, please don't worry about it. Make sure that this is your best work in terms of research, SEO, and keyword usage. Apart from your best writing works, you need to have other important information in place, like an interesting bio, client testimonies if you have any, a summary of the services that you provide, and your contact information. Keep all this information ready before you start creating your portfolio. The first kind of portfolio that we are going to create is by using Google accounts. So you have to create a professional email ID to operate with, because you do not want your client viewing anything else apart from your professional work. The next step is to go to Google Drive and create a folder under your name. Now, inside the main folder, you have to create 4 subfolders. The first subfolder is for your bio. The second subfolder is for client testimonies if you have any. The third subfolder could be the summary of the different kind of services that you provide. And the fourth subfolder is going to be the sample of your works. Now you have to go to your 4th subfolder, which is a sample of your work, and create more subfolders under it. Now, the reason why you're doing it is because you want to divide the articles that you have written according to your niche. So for example, if you have written multiple write-ups on travel, technology, healthcare, lifestyle, and food, you need to divide it according to the niches, because you don't want your work overlapping with one another and you want to display it in a very organized manner to your client. Also, it becomes very easy for your client to go directly to the niche that they are interested to read about. You can also number your work so that the client knows in what order to read. If you are using the Google Accounts method to create a portfolio, please remember that when you share the link with the client, you change the settings to viewer only, as you do not want anyone editing or tampering with your work. Also, make sure that you share the access with your client well in advance, as you do not want to lose out on good work because your client is impatiently waiting for the access. If you're looking to play around with images and use a lot of color to display your work, then Canva.com is the ideal place to make your portfolio. Well, to have a portfolio on Canva.com, the first thing that you need to do is to have your important information ready, which I mentioned in the start of the video. For your sample works, you need links of your published works, which could be on WordPress, Medium.com, or blogs that you have written as a contributing writer. Now, the first step to do is you have to make an account on Canva.com and select a template which suits your skill and your style. But be mindful when you're selecting your font and your color palette. A portfolio on Canva can have about 4 to 5 pages. The first page could be your bio page, where you could include a picture of yourself, your name, and the job title that best suits you. You could also include an additional bio page where you could elaborate a little bit about yourself in a few lines. Now, the next page is your services page. So you could include services like email marketing, SEO, content writer, content strategist, digital marketing, and so on. If you wish, you could even elaborate in a few lines on each one of them. Now, the next 3 pages of your Canva portfolio is your sample work links, your client testimony, and your contact information. If you do not have a client testimony, it's completely okay. You can skip that page, but make sure that you ask for a testimony from your client the next time you work with them. The last kind of portfolio that you can create is a website portfolio. Well, for this, you need to have 3 things in place, which is your website content, your domain name, and your hosting. Let me elaborate on each one of them. Coming to your website content. When you visit a website, you see there's different content that is displayed on the home page, the contact section, the testimonial section, and the blog page, right? So in the very same method, you have to create content according to the different sections that are going to be displayed on your website. Now, coming to your domain. Well, a domain is a website's address, and this is what people type in the search bar and they will have direct access to your website. Now, a domain name should be unique, so think carefully before you create one, and ideally it should reflect what you do. Also, a domain name cannot be shared between different sites. Hosting is basically the space you buy for your website to appear online. So let me give you a very simple example. Say you want to build a house. So the land you buy is the hosting, the building you make is the content, and the name reflecting outside the gate is your domain name. Now, I would advise you to buy the hosting and the domain from the same place. Now, remember, you absolutely do not need any complex coding knowledge or technical information to actually build your very own website portfolio. Sites like Hostinger, GoDaddy, and Bluehost take you seamlessly towards creating your very own personal website. I would, however, recommend that to begin with, you start with the most basic pricing plan. Now, if you want us to create a video on how to build a website portfolio in detail, please do let us know in the comments section and we would be happy to make one for you. With that, we have come to the end of the video. I hope you found it useful and enjoyed watching it. And if you did, please do give it a thumbs up and share it. Also, do not forget to subscribe to I Am Skills.